Okay, so this is the second video on how to create a STEM Racing entry-level car, and in this video we'll improve the front wing and start work on the rear wing. So the first thing I'll do with this is improve this structure here. So I'm going to create a sketch on the bottom and then put an arc from this point to this point. I'll use a tool called tangent and create a tangent here and a tangent here. Then I'll use extrude. I'll remove this part and you can see it's cut a little bit off here, so what we can do is up to face and click that area there. Okay. I'm also going to improve these side pods a little bit here, so I'm going to sketch on the top and then you can make your own design here. I'm just going to place an arch there and there and remove this. Make sure you don't take too much off, otherwise it might go into the not allowed territory, which is the no-go zone. So I'd say take a maximum of 10mm off. Okay, and now we've done that, we can work on the rear wing. So to start with, I'm going to create a sketch here. And similar to the front wing, there's some rules about the rear wing. And that is about the thickness, which is 3mm, but I'll do 4mm, and the rear wing chord, which is 12mm, so I'll do 13mm. So I'll create a sketch here. I'll draw a rectangle that is 4mm by 13mm. And for this one, I also need to make sure that it's 30mm away from here. Or maybe not. Just move that in here. And then I can create my design inside of here. So similar to before, I'm just going to use 2 arches here. Make sure the design goes to the edges of the box so it's still thick enough. Then once I've done that, I'll create a sketch on the back of here. Use the project convert tool. Press the midpoint of your design, so that point there. And now you've got that point here on the back plane. We can now create the shape that we want it to follow. So I'm going to create a shape with a couple of arcs. And make sure this one goes only to the middle. And you also need to make sure that if you draw a line perpendicular, that's a tangent to that. And if you use the normal tool here, that is normal to that. And then straighten these out a little bit. Use a tangent tool for all of these. And also make sure there's a point on this that's more than 30mm away. So that's more than 30mm away, so it should be good. So that's my shape. Now I'm going to press tick. I'm going to hide this body. Use the sweep tool. Click the profile from earlier. show the body again. And then for the sweep path, I'm going to select each one of these. And it should be following that path. So I'll press new, because it's a new part of the car. And then tick. Okay. So now I'll create the attachment onto the main body. So if you've created this part so it's flat, then you can use that as a sketch plane. If not, you have to go to plane. For the entities, click the show all these planes and click this one here. And for plane point, click the furthest away point from here. So I'll do that point here. So I'll press tick, then I'll press sketch on the newly created plane. And you can press P to hide the planes again. So now I'm going to use the convert tool again. I'm going to press the bottom of this. And then I need to make sure that this goes down at least 4 millimeters, as well as that. And then I'm going to extrude, and I'll do 5 millimeters. Okay. It needs to go through this whole part, so maybe do a bit more. There, that's holding all of that. So now press tick, and the same point, you can hide your body, click that, still add, use the merge scope as this part here, and then it doesn't matter how far you go up, just for now. So I'm going to go up to here. So this next tool I'm going to use is called the Boolean tool. So press that. And then I want to use a subtract. So for the subtract, I'm going to press the tool as that, and the target as that. Oh, sorry, we need to intersect first. So I'm going to press that as my tool, and that also as my tool. And make sure you've got keep tools turned on. And then I'm going to do another Boolean, which is a subtract. So I'm going to press this part and that part, and it'll create this little part here. So I need to untick keep tools, and I'll delete that for you. So before you bring these two together, just hide this, and you need to apply a fillet of 4 millimeters on each inside surface here. This is why you needed the depth to be a minimum of 4 millimeters, otherwise this wouldn't work. So if that doesn't work for you, you can go back to this sketch and make that go down a bit more. Or if this is really thin, you need to make sure that length's greater than 4 millimeters, which it should be if you've aligned it up with the edges of the rear wing. So once I've done that, I can show this again, and I'll use one more Boolean, and this time I'll do subtract, and use this one as a tool onto that one as a target, and that should disappear. So make sure you press keep tools, and then we can use our final Boolean to merge this one and that one, and make sure keep tools is unticked. There you go. By the way, if you want to change the color of anything, you can go into the part, left click, edit appearance, and then change the color. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video, I'll do the final touches, and yeah.